Hello and welcome to episode 48 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. We're still on the same trip to Egypt with Hayley, Josephine, Judy, Jeannie, Sam, Diana, Craig and Murial. We left off in episode 47 when Craig was in this particular room in the tomb of the desert ocean. He was trying to find the relic of life to work towards the completion of the adventure chain we've been working on for several episodes now. When he finds it, the relic of life, he can return it to Delida Barakat to earn some visa points and ancient coins. He got the information to go here from when he hacked the computer. So that is the keystone to the heart of the water temple. And now he's got that, he has to go back to the beginning of where the entrance where he first came in, and remember he found the star keystone and put it in the treasure chest and got some food. Well, that's the room he's got to go back to. Because he's now got the keystone that will let him open the second door that is in that room that we didn't look at before because it was locked. But it is the same as the door that he went through already. He's going to do some more exploring before he gets back there because there's still a bit more to find in this part of the tomb. It's only a little treasure in this room, but I like to be complete sometimes, not always. I just feel like completing it this time. Just a piece of silver, I think. So now we might try to head back to the beginning. Oh no, that's another bit, but I'm going to leave this bit for later, when they come back to this tomb at some point. Or I might send Judy in here to do a bit of exploring. Because there's a spot where they can go, and I know there's going to be a mummy fight there. And I don't want him involved in another mummy fight. So he's got back to this room now. So that is the keyhole that he puts his keystone in that opens up the second part of the tomb. That's the keystone to the heart of the water temple that he needs to put into that keyhole. Yeah, I just don't want him in another mummy fight while he's been cursed. Not that it'll really matter, I don't think. But I just don't want him to do it. And also, I think there might be some traps in that part of the tomb that I'm thinking of sending Judy into, besides the mummies. And she needs to disarm a trap for an adventure she's got back at home. So now we're into the next part of the tomb where he needed to find that keystone that he just found. He's just looking to get a little bit of treasure out of this room, I think. Just as I think I'll cut a bit of that searching out, and suddenly the door's open. So I think, oh well, it's already open now, I needn't bother. So in you go and get the treasure. That's outside the pyramid. There, the dirt and the desert. I hope it's worthwhile. I always hope it's worthwhile. It often isn't. Oh, that's pretty good. Looks like gold, copper and a relic. He'll have to analyse all the relics to see what they're worth at the end. I'll let him do that when he gets back to Isla Paradiso. This one's a bit tricky. It's actually very easy. It's just that sometimes I get confused about what I've got to do. I've got to pull two of the pushable statues and then push one of them, and all is good. But the easy part, let's look in the treasure chest. At least we can do that. Ancient coins and a relic. So, how do we get that back? It comes back if he stands on it. But he can't put his hand in it because it goes away again. As soon as he steps off the point, see, that doesn't work. There's no point pushing that statue back on it, on the switch. He just ate some of that dried food. That's not helped a lot, but it has helped. Now push it back again. Tricky little move that you've got to do to get that thing to stay there. That hole in the wall. You can't have the other statue pushed back because he can't reach the hole in the wall because he's got to stand where the other statue goes. Took me a while to remember how to do that. I regularly solved it, but I never quite knew what I did. Had to do it a few times to be able to remember the process, what is happening. I'm going to keep moving on. We've got one more big temple to do after this one is completed. In a new, different pyramid. I mean, we've got one more big pyramid to do before he can even think about getting cured. So through that door, he's completed the Tomb of the Desert Ocean. Now he's got to go and do the other one. So what's he going to... Oh, that must be where the thing is he's got to find. There's a sigil of the Tomb of the Desert Ocean, and the Relic of Life is what he's after, which has got to be in that middle treasure chest. And what's happening back here? Hayley's getting abducted. So I guess we don't see what Craig's up to, because Hayley chose this very moment to get abducted by aliens. See, they do come to the base camp and get them. They were doing it in France too. Now let's pop back and see what Craig's happened. So he's opened that treasure chest, but it's probably closer to getting getting the treasure out. I wonder if I remember to tell him to have another go at it. So that'll be the Relic of Life. Yeah, that's it. Take that and report in. Except he still needs to get that thing out of that treasure chest that he got interrupted from doing when Hayley got abducted. Looks like I'm going to forget about that. Might send Judy back in here too. Meantime, he can delay and try to complete the rest of this tomb. There's a few hidden doors in here that he can open up and get treasure from. Hello, she's back obviously. Don't know why it took me all the way over there. That might be where the alien ended up. So Hayley's back. Now can we go back to Craig, please? Yeah, there's some money trees growing in some of these corners. That's just some ancient coins there. Now he's got to do a bit of picking up and a bit of harvesting. The problem with telling him to harvest is that he will then go all through this room and harvest everything, not just the money trees. I suppose I could stop him in the middle of it, but let him go. You think when you say harvest, it's going to harvest what you're looking at, but it isn't what he harvests. He harvests a few more things as well. I suppose it's all treasure from the tomb. I think that's a death flower bush. There's a life plant in there as well, but he couldn't harvest it because it was mature. Not ready to be harvested yet. There you go, Craig. Get in there and see what you can find. So he's found a treasure chest with a money bag in it. There's another rubble pile there. This is one tomb that you really benefit from having Pangu's axe, because there's so many rubble piles and the tomb's so big. That's a nice looking treasure. Should be worth a bit. It'd be much more exciting if they weren't so rich. But they've got so much money already that it doesn't really make much difference if they find anything or not. Bit of a puzzle here with this movable, pushable statue. What that was. Obviously it was worth getting. So that door opens. And there is a sarcophagus in there that he can search. And I think that's all he's going to do before he goes to report in, deliver the relic. And off he goes at a run. I was going through that shortcut. It's a quick way through. I forget what it's called now, but it is classed as a bit of a tomb. There's nothing to find in here. It's just a tunnel through the mountain. They'll do it autonomously, but I very rarely think to tell them to go this way. You often can find beetles and things here that are quite valuable. Get a good view of the pyramids. It's high up. You can see the heat haze as it just makes the trees and the background. See that here a lot, that heat haze. It's not an unfamiliar sight to me in real life. And I don't live anywhere near Egypt. So he's running through town now. He's off to deliver his relic of, what is it? Relic of life, I think it was. It's funny how he could run into her there like that. I do have a mod, that's why they didn't start waving their hands in the air. Otherwise we would have seen foot tapping. Here we go, she's on fire again. Lucky she had plenty of shower in a can. She's the one who buys it from the general store, so she's got lots. She carries it and I give it to the others out of her inventory because she's the one who's got the Haggle lifetime reward. So Craig has delivered the relic. And now he's got another adventure to do, trading Shawrama for information. Incredible how you secured the second relic. Simply incredible. Meanwhile, I've been tracking down the final one, with both the book and the data. I believe the town's relic merchant, Fahad Madbouli, knows the location of the third relic. The merchant is an odd fellow, though, and a shrewd trader, so it is doubtful the information will be easy to get. Pay the merchant a visit and try to obtain the information. Objective: discuss relic with Fahad Madbouli to determine the location of the third and final relic for some visa points. Now, I think I must have seen the name of that next adventure, and I just sent him straight to buy Shawrama. Of course, being the adventurer who needs a Shawrama, he can't buy it. But I did find some Shawrama rolls, which, after I bought them, they appear to be completely inedible and unsuitable. I didn't think they would work, but I thought I'd give it a go. It has the name Shawrama in it. It was a waste of 13 simoleons. Now he can go and find the relic merchant and see if he can convince him to part with the information he needs. It could be quite a long and involved process. Storm clouds over his head. He's not feeling very happy, is he? Craig's given up already. Craig, you can't give up that early. You have to go it up and convince him. So put your snake away. He ignored me. No, he didn't. Do the job you're sent there to do, Craig. It might take a while, and you might have to be very creative in your attempts at gaining the trust of this chap. They say he's an odd fellow, so try some odd things. The old usuals probably won't work.
Barso Mispadu or
So far, so good.
Well, Nork.
At least he's in the green. No, that didn't work. Whatever that was, don't do that again.
Yitrub. Kiniafu.
Another one. Don't do that again either, Craig.
Huh. Larga.
That green line's getting narrower and shorter. We don't want it to vanish and turn red. You want a long green line up in the top left-hand corner, Craig, not a really short one. Change tactics. Now what's going on? Another fire. She's on fire again. She's going to run out of shower in a can soon. Well, she survived that one as well, thank goodness. We wouldn't like to lose our Murial. Don't want her to be a ghost like poor old Mia Azul is. So back to the relic shop with the relic merchant. And Craig doesn't seem to be doing very well. That green line hasn't got much longer. I think it might have got a bit shorter. I'm talking about the relationship between these two, which is shown as a green line up in the top left-hand corner of the screen. But we've got to keep Craig trying. Let's hope it doesn't go down to the red zone. It's almost to the red, but it's not quite. It's still green. So things could be worse. And they still might get worse. I'm going to show him a video. Is it a gross video or a funny video? Gross video. That went over quite well. Wow. I told you he was an odd fellow. So now what's going to happen?
Labnipasi Patumsa, Arjun Suno Blur, Nuba Zimjib, Ve, Zimzaka dude.
Okay. Benji Shibna Lubo. Barzebni Gwel.
Observepso, Shadu, Zazibi Gana Zamza. Zazi, hoo Bar, Nibsy Hobble.
Starting to make a bit of progress. We're getting plus signs above their heads now. Craig must finally be on the right track. Sometimes you just got to try the different interactions. Each of these sims will have interactions you can use that will make them happy to know you. See, here's one. Egyptian cuisine. Egyptian cuisine. Fahad Madbouli appears to be quite interested in a free meal. They will share their information with you, but only if you bring them a fresh plate of Shawrama. Now, the obvious place to get it would be to go home and cook Shawrama for ages, or go buy some from the cafe. But he's got this adventure, and I've found that Sims with the adventure can't buy Shawrama at the cafe. And I don't want to send him back to the base camp where he can't cook anything. So we have to get one of his tour buddies to come and buy the Shawrama for him. Or the other alternative would be to send them back home to Isla Paradiso, cook up a pile of Shawrama, and hopefully it'll still be good when he gets back here. Because that Shawrama roll is just not going to work. Oh, he sold that, didn't he? Yes, because it didn't work. That was where he just sold. Oh, she's all sunburnt. Look at her face. Get Murial to come here and buy the fresh plate of Shawrama. Of course, once she's actually bought the Shawrama, the hard part will be to stop her from eating it immediately. I've often got to buy 2 plates of Shawrama to have one left. And I've even had Sims try to sit down and eat the second one as well, just because, well, it's in their inventory, so they must eat it immediately, all of it. So there she goes towards the cafe. See if she can buy Shawrama. Because Craig can't. He needs it. She doesn't.
He's right. Surely am.
Sorted in alphabetic order so we can find where the Shawrama is. Because I don't know how much it costs. So let's try 2 plates. I was going to say let's try 1, but 2 is safer. Did we get it across to Craig? Is he going to eat it? He's going dancing by the look of it. Where are you, Craig? So Muriel's going to go for a swim. That might do her good with the helper with the sunburn. But she's still in the sun, of course. So Craig, come on, leave that shop. You don't need to be there. Just because there's music playing doesn't mean you've got to stay there. Go over to the other place where you can deliver the Shawrama and complete that next stage of your adventure.
Lord.
Double dub so tea.
Tradish.
Su. The ma.
The Third Relic. That meal was scrumptious. You've earned the information you seek. You must go to the Great Pyramid to find the Relic of Eternity. You may want to pack extra food and supplies. So that is the end of this video. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next episode when we will go to the Great Pyramid. Bye bye for now.